Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We are talking right now with Troy West from allplayswin.com. Our regular viewers know that Troy always has a great read on Seattle area teams. We're going to take a look right now at Seattle at Carolina. Troy West. Right now we have Carolina -3 or 2.5 even. It's juiced at penny at 2.5. 5 Dimes has -2.5, -115. Russell Wilson, awesome. Seattle defense, awesome. Obviously, it wouldn't be a shock if Seattle covers here or wins this game outright. But I'm looking at this line, Carolina at home, off a bye. How can the percentage play here be anything other than Carolina at -2 or 3? -2.5.
Yeah, I love Carolina, Pete. One of my top plays so far this year was actually the under in the Minnesota-Seattle game. And yes, I've had a very nice read on Seattle this year, going 9-3 with them this year, whether calling the total or calling the side. This one, I am going to go with Carolina. There is a big X factor that we'll see later on in the week, and I do believe that's if Marshawn Lynch comes back and plays. But I don't think he will, and even if he does, you got to assume there's going to be some rust on those legs. Right now, Seattle cannot run the football. They tried Christine Michael. While he was productive with 20 carries for 70-plus yards, Seattle was not able to methodically put together anything against Minnesota. A lot of that could have been weather dependent without a doubt, but really it took a fluky fumble play for Seattle, and it took a fumble by Adrian Peterson for them to even manage to get 10 points against the Minnesota defense. Now you get to go up against arguably the best defense in the NFL. Carolina defended Seattle very well in Seattle earlier in the year, and Jonathan Stewart will be back for Carolina. I think that gives them a boost offensively. Cam Newton, we know he's had an MVP-type season. I love the fact that they are coming off the bye. They're going to be rested. Seattle just had to play a frigid game in the cold, an emotional victory. Now they got to come back, do it again on the road again. I got to go with Carolina with all those factors. I think pound for pound, these teams are probably pretty equal. Carolina at home, rested. I like Carolina with the edge in this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I already picked it and bet it. Can I ask you a few follow-up questions just to flesh out the analysis here?
Absolutely.
All right. First question is, Seattle arguably shouldn't be here, right? The guy shanked an easy short field goal. Carolina 11-5 against the spread on the year. Obviously, we all know how awesome they are. Off of buying at home, why is the line then so low?
I think a lot of it is because Seattle's still getting a lot of respect for going to back-to-back Super Bowls, and the fact that they did run off 7 of 8. Their offense was clicking for quite some time, and now people are kind of looking at it as, yeah, they're at this point, but they're still kind of the team to beat coming off of 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. It's hard to bet against Russell Wilson. It's hard to bet against Pete Carroll, and I think the public is going in that way, and I think that's why the line is where it is.
Okay, and then one other question. Seattle Seahawks defense has allowed 1 offensive touchdown over their last 6 road games. That's not just, last week's game in the frigid weather. Their last 6 road games, just 1 offensive touchdown. Is maybe Seattle's defense going to, play to some kind of elite level that we haven't seen all year long from them?
You know, they have been playing unbelievable, and that is an incredible stat. When I saw that yesterday, truly incredible. You know, they are playing at a really high level. They did hold Minnesota, obviously, in check. Carolina obviously brings a much better element. Greg Olsen was an X factor earlier in the year, and Carolina was able to move the ball in Seattle. Cam Newton's been running like crazy all season long. There's no reason to think that he's going to stop. This will be a lower scoring game, and I do typically have a lean on the under, but the total's just too low. But I do think Carolina will be able to be productive enough to win this game and cover that small margin.
That's what I think as well. Right now, -2.5, slightly juiced, is available market-wide. Troy West liking Carolina -2.5. I'm agreeing with it. I picked that one and bet it myself. Troy West, tell us about allplayswin.com.
Hey, thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. Yeah, we went 3-1 in the NFL playoffs at our website. That really does depend on what line you got on the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game. We did have Pittsburgh, depending on where you got it, but 3-1. We knocked out our top play, the under in the Seattle-Minnesota game. Come take a look at what we're doing at allplayswin.com. We've been very consistent in college hoops so far this year, consistent in the NBA, and right now we're in full stride with the NFL playoffs. Come take a look at what we're doing.
Thanks, Troy.
Thanks, guys.